How's it going, YouTube? It's Sean here, back today with another installment of my Dare to Dream series. In this series, I take a look at some of the high heat releases that aren't as commonly seen on YouTube from both the past and the present. So today I'm here to give you guys a closer look at the Dior Air Jordan 1 High. This is one of those industry-shaking collaborations that made news headlines worldwide. These Jordan 1 Highs is part of a collaboration between Christian Dior and Jordan Brand, and alongside these Jordan 1 Highs, they also dropped a Jordan 1 Low along with a whole collection of accessories and apparel. So these Jordan 1s were limited to 8,500 pairs, and they released at select Dior stores throughout the world via an online raffle that took place on June 25th. This high cut version retailed for $2,000 US or 2,900 Canadian dollars, and the official colorway for this shoe is Wolf Gray, Sail, Photon Dust, and White. This collection marks the first time that Jordan Brand has collaborated with a high-end fashion brand like Dior. And because of how limited this shoe was, despite the fact that the retail price alone is super high, the resale prices on this shoe are even higher, and they're reselling for over 15,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars. So before we get into a detailed look at the shoes, here's a look at the box. And of course, this does not come in your standard Air Jordan 1 box. They come in this very luxurious, very classy box, and it kind of reminds me of the boxes that those expensive purses and bags come in. So you can see we have Air Dior printed at the very top, and then flipping open the lid like so, we have Dior printed paper as well. Each of the shoes also come with these individual dust bags, which again have that Air Dior branding on it, which is a very, very nice touch. So jumping back to the shoes, unlike your traditional Air Jordan 1s, this pair is entirely made in Italy. As we start things off with a toe box, so the base of the shoe is constructed using this sail or off-white colored leather. Unlike the typical Jordan 1s, the leather here has a bit of a stiffer feel to it, almost like the leather you'd find on those expensive high-end bags. Of course, we have these perforations found throughout, which is commonly seen across all your Jordan 1s. Surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, here we have this wolf gray colored leather, which again has that same stiffness that the sail colored leather has. And I want to point out that on the center of the top of the toe, this part feels very hard and very stiff. So I suspect in the manufacturing process, they must have put some additional layer or reinforcement to give it that stiff feeling and to ensure it keeps its shape. So the gray leather runs up where the eyelets of the shoe are, and you'll notice that the edges of the leather are also hand painted as well. On the mid panel of both sides of the sneaker, we see again that sail colored leather, and then stitched on top of this, definitely the most eye-catching aspect about this collection, we have this Dior Jacquard swoosh, which is constructed out of this black fabric, and we have the repeating Dior logo found throughout. Hugging the ankle collar area of the shoe, we have that gray leather once again, and then stamped on top on the lateral side only, we have your Air Jordan Wings logo, but instead of the traditional Air Jordan branding, for this shoe, it says Air Dior instead. We have the sail colored leather wrapping around the top of the shoe, and it's finished off with that gray leather wrapping around the bottom. For the laces, these come with a waxy gray colored lace, which have these metallic silver lace tips with Jordan branding and Dior branding at the edges. And in addition to the gray laces, they give you a secondary pair of sail or off-white colored laces as well, but I personally prefer the look and the contrast that the gray laces provide. Underneath the laces, we have a fabric tongue, and if you look closely, we have that repeating Dior logo, similar to the one found on the swoosh, but this time it's done in this tonal sail colored finish. And at the very top, instead of your traditional Nike Air branding, they've replaced it with this Dior Air branding instead. The inner liner of this shoe is lined in this gray colored textile, and you'll see how the shoes are individually numbered with this leather tag, which is something I really appreciated, especially when you compare it to the reverse bred Jordan 185s that released earlier this year, and how for those pairs, they were supposedly limited as well, but they were numbered on the dust bag instead of the actual shoes. Taking out the insoles, these come with gray colored insoles with the Jumpman logo on one shoe and the Dior logo on the other. Another nice touch is they've given us secondary insoles as well. So this extra insole is actually a polyurethane insole, and it's lined on leather at the top with an embossed Dior pattern running from heel to toe. But a really nice touch is if you remove the insoles completely, you'll see that the strobel board is actually done in leather, and we have the Dior branding found throughout. This pair also comes with two hang tags as well. So they're individually bagged, but we have a silver Jumpman hang tag along with an Air Dior hang tag as well. So the upper of these Air Diors sits atop this white colored midsole, and encapsulated within the shoe but not visible to the eye, we do have Nike Air Sole technology. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, as you can see, this is your traditional Jordan 1 outsole. However, in this case, this is done in this translucent icy blue finish, and we have Dior branding underneath the right foot and the Air Dior Wings logo on the left foot. So I'd be lying to you guys if I said this is a shoe that I'm going to be wearing. However, I did try these on, and for those brave souls that are going to be rocking these, I'd say that these do run true to size. They pretty much fit like any of your other Jordan 1 highs, so for most people that means sticking with your true size. However, unlike your traditional Jordan 1s, the leather here is very stiff, so it feels like you definitely got to break these in, and I'd imagine that they're going to fit a lot better once you do that. Next up, in terms of the quality on this shoe, I gotta say this was pretty impressive. You can really feel in hand that this is an elevated take on your traditional Jordan 1, and everything from the type of leather they used, to the actual craftsmanship on the pair, as well as the small attention to details as well. Putting this all together, it creates a very luxurious product. With that said though, is this worth the resale price on this pair? And to me, that's an easy no. Obviously, the biggest driving point between the super high resale price on this pair is hype. And unfortunately, because of how limited this shoe was, that's driven the resale prices on this pair to be through the roof. Maybe it's because I'm not a guy that messes with high-end fashion in the first place, but this is probably more of a shoe that a specific type of consumer would really appreciate, more so than just the everyday sneaker enthusiast. So with all that said, this pretty much covers the Air Jordan 1 High OG Dior. Honestly, it's really amazing to see what pairs people are willing to give up for this shoe. I've seen people trying to trade their Union Jordan 1s, their Travis Scott 1s, and even the Off-White Chicagos as well. And for a person that tries to wear all their shoes, my personal take is I'd rather own those pairs than these. Because of the super high resale price on this pair, it's impossible for me to justify wearing them, so kudos to anyone that's actually willing to rock these on the street. So I'm curious to know what you guys think of this Air Jordan 1 High Dior. If you were in my position, would this be a shoe that you would actually wear, or is it something you would just keep for collection purposes, or would you just sell it and take the profits? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to know your thoughts. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8. Check out my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.